Okay, so we are live tonight. We're playing some more Hateful Place, the Hateful Place, I guess it's called. And this story or adventure is taking place in 995 near Kyoto, Japan. Uh, the last year or so, there's been more and more sightings and destruction by at first they thought were bandits, but then a few people would come back with stories of demons. But of course, people didn't believe that the demons would be out in such large numbers. But finally, the emperor called forth a seer, a great seer, who read the stars and said that a great king of the Oni has been formed and is living on Mount O. Um, this Oni king has been grouping the forces and essentially is planning to disrupt the entire empire. So at that, the emperor is uh, striking on two fronts. One, creating a festival or that will be highly attended, supposedly, by many young women who are primarily the targets of these Oni. But it will, in fact, be samurai and other warriors disguised to take the bandits out. But while that's happening, a small elite force of samurai are being sent to the castle or fortress at the top of the mountain to slay the Oni king. Um, and you guys are that force. So it's a you're journeying to the base of the mountain. You know that earlier today the festival, fake festival, has begun. So you're kind of making your way up the paths, the easy part first, I guess, maybe on your horses, heading up towards the peak of this mountain. You know that long ago there was a monastery up here, but it was taken in and changed into a military fort several years back. You know, something like 50 years back. So it's been a fort for a long time. But then it's only used during times of major aggression. So it should have been empty, but thus the Oni was able to take over without anybody knowing. In any case, you guys are heading up on your horses. I'll just go through the line. You guys can intro your characters, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, because everybody changed their names, so I don't know who's who. So I'm just going to go by. So Ken.
Go Kenjiro is a wandering samurai on his warrior's training. He has left his home in Utsunomiya and battled his way around the country until one day he was summoned by government officials in Kyoto. Um, he was sent to hunt down this Oni up the Mount Oe. He wears a top knot and a red bandana. He wears loose clothing with a black and white um, checkered or triangular marks. And he wears a couple of katanas, which he could wield with both hands. That's Go Kenjiro.
Excellent. Um, Tashakai? Takashai.
Takeshi.
Takeshi. There we
Takeshi.
go. I will pronounce everybody's name wrong. I apologize to anybody watching.
A veteran of many battles, Takeshi is tired, but not too tired to take on a demon and not yet too old to hold to his samurai vows. A demon's head would be a momentous capstone to a long and storied career. And I am playing Takeshi.
Ah, Takeshi is an older samurai. Nice. Suzu? Is that correct?
Yes, Suzu rides with a bit of a determination, having lost three of his daughters to the Oni. There is some revenge that is deeply rooted in his heart that he finds troubling. He is hoping that in defeating this king of the Oni, that he might actually find peace, because right now he feels like he is more dead than alive.
Oh, okay. And everybody moved. Akira Yuko.
Hailing from the North Island, the Red Dragoness, Fukushima Akiriyoko, knows all too well that demons are real, for she has slain 2 of them in her lifetime. She does not know if it is actually a demon responsible for the disappearance of these young women, but it is a monster that must be put down at the very least. She now travels fully dressed, ready to take on anyone who would dare to uh, question her, and that is Fukushima Akiyuko.
Excellent. And last but not least, Joe.
Joe Takanaka is short in stature, but strong in body and mind. As he's walking along, he appears to be upper middle aged. He is wearing a very heavy straw hat. And out of his mouth, he always is chewing on ashitaba leaves, knowing that they give strength to the samurai as he's moving along. He's more of a quiet person. He would rather be back in his village, really teaching the children poetry. But he's moving along and stroking his little sharp pointed beard. And he goes, "Today will be a good day for new verses, a good day to do what we must do." And that is Joe Takanaka.
Excellent, Joe. So you guys are traveling. Like I said, the path that you're taking, like there was a monastery up here, and again, it was used as a fortress for the last 50 years or so. So there's a pretty clear path as you're heading up. It's kind of a cool-ish spring morning when you left, and maybe now it's getting to be about midday. As you kind of start to work your way up the base of the mountain, you see off to the side in semi disrepair, because clearly there haven't been a lot of people up in this, or a lot of people that care, I guess, in this direction in a long time. You see a small shrine, like a Buddhist shrine, kind of just off to the side of the roadway. It's got some grass like growing through. Some of the stone has fallen to the side. The bowl that's normally there has turned over, and it's looking a bit in disrepair. Other than that, it looks pretty clear road, just straight up. If you just keep going.
Are we on like horses, or like, I mean,
Yeah.
you know?
You can be on
Okay.
horses. That makes sense.
Okay, so being the kind of person who is, fairly nonsensical and always has their mind on the job. Kiryuko is certainly leading our way down this road.
Okay. Yes. It's pretty clear. Like I said, it's the early spring, so blossoms are on some of the trees, and the bushes are starting to come back with color. But it's still fairly open, so you can kind of see around you. The air is crisp and cool, but not cold. As you kind of move up the path past the shrine, kind of making headway up the mountain.
Suzu will dismount when he gets to the shrine. And he will begin to start straightening things up a bit.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Are the others stopping as well?
Yeah, Ken hops out of his horse and heads over to the shrine and offers a small prayer.
Okay.
Yes, Takeshi would also pray at the shrine.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose Kiryuko would also get down and pay her respects.
I suppose, huh?
Suppose.
Okay.
Everyone else is anyway.
You're able to, kind of start, as you start to clean up a bit, you see that were some stones that kind of fell and were blocking what was kind of a nice, gentle spring that kind of runs through the shrine. To flood it out and made some puddles, but as you kind of move these stones, it starts flowing freely again. and the fresh, cool water kind of comes down across and starts to pour through the way it normally would, and you get this kind of a sense that maybe good things to come. And if you need to refill your water skins or anything, you certainly could do that here.
Yeah, Ken dips his hand in there and cups it, brings the water up, and he takes a sip. And then after that, he fills his water skin.
Yeah, it's very fresh, very, very clean. And it's being the spring. It's the first winter melt coming through. So it's kind of cold, but refreshing water.
The water is good, he says.
Yeah, Suzu will refill. And he'll also take a little time and splash some on his face and just do some deep breathing at this point.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look, I mean, because you came in, we're especially working it. It doesn't look like it was defiled in any way. It just not been used, The rocks and stuff that had fallen were just over time and the nature kind of taking its course. So you don't see any sign of bandits or anything that may have defiled the shrine. You just see that it's not been taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a village nearby or anything?
Not really. You had to ride out here yesterday and then camped, and then you've been traveling half a day. You haven't seen anybody in that time.
I wonder why this shrine was built here in the middle of nowhere.
Things change, things fade. Perhaps it was built long ago.
True, perhaps. Are we if this is like a temple, are we kind of like up on a high ground? And if so, can I maybe look ahead and see what's coming up?
It's not particularly a temple. It's more just a shrine. So it's a small stone kind of enclosure on the side where people would stop and get fresh water, offer meditations, and oftentimes people would put gifts of things like either food or sometimes coin, but probably not coin in the middle of nowhere, flowers, things like that, into the bowl that's in front of the shrine. But sure, I mean, you could get up on a rock or something somewhere, a boulder, and look around. You're kind of on the side of the mountain, so yeah, you can get up higher ground if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, if she can do that easily enough, she's not going to risk snapping an ankle.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably not going to be able to get up much higher than you would be if you were on your horse without really climbing something.
All right, fair enough.
All right, well, passing the shrine, my character is going to recite a small haiku, instant haiku. And he's going to say, "Nature has its way. Roads wither and towns vanish, but the water flows." And
Nice.
he nods. Do I have to make a...
Yeah, you can make a soul roll.
Come on, baby. 2.
Oh, God.
There's something, especially with the winter passing, there's something sad about this. The thoughts that come through your head is this, beautiful but sad. So for the next little bit, you guys are going to have a -2 on any rolls that you might have to make. But yeah, I mean, you're getting remounting and heading up the mountain, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would get back on my horse. Yep.
Okay.
Suzu will mount up. He'll wait till everybody's ready.
He'll wait till the curse wears off.
Yeah, let's just sit here and drink the water until
He
we
feels a
feel
little
less
more
melancholy.
cleansed.
I'd like to sit here for 4 rounds. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you guys
Nonsense. We should get going. We have a job to do after all.
Yeah.
And Kiryuko will get up on her horse.
Indeed. Yeah, so you guys start heading. You're taking the lead, right, Akira?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're heading up. Again, this path it's pretty ancient. There was a monastery up top for a long, long time, and then it was changed to a military establishment. So even though it hasn't been maintained in the last several years, it's a pretty clean path, even for the horses. As you continue to move your way up the mountain. There's probably fast, more direct routes, I should say, because of course this is designed for horses and stuff, so it kind of goes around and wraps around the mountain. And you're starting now to get up to the heights where you can kind of see out over the lands, and you see the like they said, the various trees starting to bloom, and the greens of them, and some flowers starting to blossom as you look out across the lands. You could probably even see as far as where you see smoke from Kyoto, many, many miles away, but you're starting to get up high enough to be able to really see that. And yeah, so you travel, for maybe another couple of hours. And you notice on the side of the road another one of these shrines. This one actually is in much worse state. You almost don't notice it at first. You possibly being so focused, Kyrioko probably doesn't even notice it. Maybe somebody further back in the line notices that there's kind of a pile of rocks there. And when you look, you can see that this was again some kind of a shrine. Though this one again is much worse shape. There's some roots that have grown through it. I'd say it's at least half tumbled over, and there's some shrubs and stuff kind of growing in front of it. It's almost not. Again, if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't have seen it at all.
Yeah, Joe is going to stop and let out a whistle towards Suzu to stop and check this shrine out and maybe set it back up.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you definitely can. This will take a little longer than the other one because it's pretty knocked down. But between whoever wants to help, it shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, Suzu will dismount.
Okay.
He'll start hacking things down with his katana.
All right. Yeah, you can cut away some of the bushes that have grown and kind of basically become like weeds coming up through this thing. And
yeah,
you notice as you start to kind of reassemble that there's actually growing, like a lot of the rocks have fallen over, and then as you kind of move them, you see actually you kind of reveal that there's a like a bush that has some like fruit growing on it, some berries that look like they're already ripe, even though it's early spring.
Do they alert the rest of us?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, Takeshi would have noticed them get off their horses, and so he's helping them move rocks. I mean, I'm assuming he didn't just.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that most of them you were slightly ahead. If they didn't call for you, maybe you didn't notice right away. But
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty focused on the road, so if they don't call me, I probably don't notice.
I guess if you didn't look back, you're still going.
Yeah. Well, Ken says it is an ill omen seeing these desecrated shrines.
yeah.
And he moves some rocks and he picks up the berries and examines them. Does he recognize them?
yeah, they're kind of they look like there's some kind of as you kind of look at the shrub where they're grown from. It's actually almost like a dwarf cherry tree. They almost look like cherries, although it's kind of early for there already to be cherries on the blossoms haven't actually happened yet, blossomings. So it is kind of weird that there's the cherry looking fruit here, but these look like they're ripe.
Yeah, he picks them and puts them in his pouch.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that. And they you're easily roll 2d10. That's pretty much how many that you can pull, but no less than 10. So I guess roll a 10 plus d10. That makes more sense.
7.
Yeah, so this is like about 17 cherries that seem ripe enough to pull. And as you kind of start to rebuild the shrine, you see that the tree actually kind of grows like right next to it, kind of like it's part of it, so you wouldn't have to hack it away. Clearly, seems like it was probably part of it originally. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to say that. I mean, you probably roll a mind roll, I guess, Kyrioko, to see if you notice that everybody stopped.
Okay.
Those ninja senses of yours.
Yeah. No, I don't. I haven't noticed.
All right, yeah. So I mean, it probably takes a good half an hour to rebuild the shrine, if not a little bit more. Maybe you noticed that Kyrioko didn't stop at some point, but maybe you thought she was scouting ahead, but she's kind of moved off by herself.
When Ken can't see her, he starts yelling, Akaryuko! Akaryuko, can you hear us?
Yeah, your voice echoes. You're basically on the side of a mountain, so you hear your voice echo out and sound out. You would definitely hear that at Kyrioko.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she hears it at that point. She kind of stops and looks back, and then she sees them like her team like way back, and she's just kind of like, "What the fuck?" Like every team I have.
Akashi will look at Ken and say, "The young don't realize battle will find them when it is meant to find them. This is what I have learned. They're always so eager."
They certainly are.
Yuko will begin to trot back. Like she was probably just like at a walking pace, and now she's actually like trotting back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, you'd be able to do that. So you head back. I mean, like I said, it takes a little while, and by the time you got this thing rebuilt, pretty nicely, and you've collected the fruits that you can. It's now like late afternoon. I guess you remount, start heading further up the side of the mountain. It's interesting because when you like yelled out, of course, it was almost probably shocking, like how loud it was, because you really realize at that moment, really how quiet it is up here. You're not really hearing any animals, which, being the time of year that it is and being on the side of the mountain, you probably figure that's not that uncommon. But you really kind of think to yourselves, yeah, it's pretty quiet here. You're not even really hearing birds so much, occasionally, but not like you would imagine them coming back at this time of year.
We cannot stop at every temple we see, which is in disrepair. We have a job to do.
Foolish choices from the young warrior. Another early grave is what Joe responds back to you.
Great. I'm stuck with a bunch of poets again.
Yeah, Suzu shakes his head. No pilgrims, no animals, no birds. This isn't good. I mean, I doubt if our bandits are around here too.
Well, if it is indeed a demon, it would only have to be one.
Well, Akaryuko, disrespecting the shrine is the quickest way to earn the ire of the mountain spirits. That is why we must repair these shrines as we go.
Very well.
And then he turns to Joe and says, he actually bought that.
Yeah. She.
She.
Nice. All right, yeah. So you start back up, heading up the side of the mountain. Getting further and further up, seeing how everything below you seems so small. And as you're circling up, you actually can see smoke and even the fires now, and possibly hear maybe even some fireworks or whatever if they have them from the kind of fake festival that is being staged, and that's now going on. And hopefully drawing the majority of the bandits away from your destination as you continue up slowly into the mountain. Getting a bit colder, pulling your cloak around you, maybe a little bit more as it gets colder as you get higher into the atmosphere. Yeah. Soon. So you're going along, for another couple hours. It's starting to get to that time where it's getting kind of dusky. And once again, you see what appears to be some kind of a shrine that's in disrepair. This one actually, you almost only like one of you notices because it is so flattened. It actually just looks like stones along the side, but then you can see kind of glinting and turn like on its side, a stone carved statue of the Buddha, kind of in this mess of stone that's kind of laying there off to the side. We'll say, I'll just roll a d6 so you sees it. 1, 2, 3. Suzu, you see it.
Yeah, I'll stop. Ken, Zhu, Akiriyuku. There's another one. Takashi.
We've already done 2 today. It's taken most of our journey, and this one is even worse than the other 2.
Then this should require more care.
We're all hardy adventuring warriors. It won't take us too long. Kenjiro hops down from his horse and, helps him set the statue upright.
Yep. Takashi would help too.
Stay on horse. You will be first target of bandit arrow.
Still think this is a waste, but if every one of you are going to do it, then I shall help as well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're all helping, it won't take too long. One thing you do notice is as you're starting to move the stones around, you actually find. I'll see who finds it. Oh, actually, Suzu again. You find a clay jar, kind of like half buried. That when you pop the cork and you smell it, it smells like sake. And it still seems like it's not bitter or vinegar smell or anything. It actually smells good still.
It seems I found some sake.
And then, as soon as you uncork it, you hear Ken go, "I smell sake," and then he's right behind you.
Yeah, he just kind of looks at you with a side eye and goes, "I think this will make a suitable offering."
And then he says, "Ah, but before we make an offering, we should take a sip." And then he tries to snatch it away from his hand.
Well, he offers it readily if you
Right. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say if you're gonna
be
avoid it, then
that
we'll
way
do it.
about it.
His eyes nearly bulge out, and he's like, "Oh, this is good vintage." And then he takes a sip and raises the whole gourd, and he says, to the mountain spirits and to the ancestors." And he raises it and takes a sip.
Okay.
And
Yeah, it's delicious.
ooh, it's damn good. And he passes it over to Suzu.
Well, if it's that good, then it should make a good offering. We are on duty. We should not indulge too much in something like this.
Yeah, Suzu will take a whiff again. He just extends it to anyone else.
Yeah, Takashi will take a drink. Will warm my old bones, he says.
It's quite good. Probably some of the best sake you've had.
Nice.
Yeah, if nobody else wants it, then he'll just pour it over whatever table is there, or if there's still a bowl, he'll fill the bowl.
Yeah, you can do that. There's a bowl there. Pull it up. It fills the bowl, and there's still more in there. Do you want to take it with you, or leave the whole gourd?
Yeah, I'll give it to Kanjiro. He seems to appreciate it more than I do.
He says, Suzu, you are a good man, a real good pal. And he pats him on the back. And he takes out a couple of berries out of his pouch and sets it on the shrine next to the drinks, making a little offering, and says, well, here is one for the mountain spirit and to Buddha. And after that, he hops on his horse.
Excellent. Yeah. So you leave a few of the berries for a sacrifice or a donation to the spirits. And anybody else do anything?
And Kiryuko doesn't really have anything to offer. She'll get back on her horse and she'll say, Kinjiro, I only ask that you wait until we get to town to indulge in more sake.
Yeah, Suzu will mount up.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys mount up, and like I say, it's like early evening now, so the sun's kind of setting. It's like dusky. You get this kind of cool mist around you coming up high in the mountain. As you're progressing, it's getting a little like a moisture forming on the outside of your cloaks and on your face and your especially like your armor if it's metal. The moisture is forming as it gets cooler. And you're going on for maybe like another half an hour or so. And Kiriko, in front of you, maybe like, 500 yards in front of you, you see what looks like a small campfire burning with some figures around it.
Kiryuko will like wave her hand and I'm sure they have some kind of signals work out. So she'll like wave towards the group to let them know that they're coming up on something, and then she's going to like signal that she's going to trot ahead a little bit, and she'll pick up speed a bit and like begin to trot towards the fire.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you got it's dark-ish, but you see that Kiriko, waves a hand or however whatever signal you guys might have, and starts to move forward rapidly. What are the rest of you going to do? Are you going to kind of stay at normal pace, stop where you are, or also go rapidly towards the fire?
Suzu's going to hang back a bit, draw his bow.
Okay.
Just ready it. Keep an eye on what's going on.
Just
Yeah.
normal pace, no hurry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normal.
Yeah, Ken also draws his bow to get ready should they attack or something.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, so you guys are kind of just moving along at a normal pace, which is relatively slow since it's dark. But you've ready your bows, a couple of you. Kiriko moves forward rapidly. And when you get up there, you see sitting around this kind of small campfire. Above the fire, it looks like a duck, I guess, on a spit, from what you can tell, being roasted. And there's these three old men. They are dressed as monks, from what you could tell. As you approach, they kind of, they're ancient, like white hair, long beards. They kind of, they see you, and they kind of, they say, "Oh, a weary warrior, sit by our fire, warm yourself. We can share our food."
Akira Yuko will begin to dismount her horse. She kind of looks back knowing her team is behind her. And she will then look at them and say, indeed. Pray tell, what brings you up this mountain way?
Oh, we are monks on pilgrimage. There are many small shrines along this path that need tending. That is our duty.
How long has it been since you last tended to your duty?
our duty is always. We travel always from mountain to mountain, ensuring the shrines stand.
I see. Kiryuko will approach them, cautiously. She'll remove her mask and her helmet respectfully, give a bow.
They bow and they say, I think I've heard of you. Forgive us, there are not many female samurais.
Yes, this is true.
It is our honor to have you here. Please sit.
Yeah, she kind of glances back again and then she nods and takes a seat, remembering that whole tavern situation she was in not too long ago.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, seeing Akaryuko sit down and, parlay with these old folks, Kenjiro puts down his bow and dismounts and approaches the old man as well.
Okay.
Raises his hand.
Kind of, they hear you coming and they kind of look in that direction and they say, please come, all are welcome. There's plenty for all. And they've got over the fire, like I said, a spit with what appears to be a duck on it. In the fire itself is sitting like a cast iron kettle. And one of them kind of takes a stick and pulls it out and starts preparing some tea.
Do they look like Buddhist monks?
Yes.
Okay.
Once we all arrive up there, do they share their story with us of who they are and their travels and all that, or not?
Yeah, they will if you ask. Or
yeah, Joe will ask them which direction they come from and which way they're headed.
Yep.
So they'll tell you that they're coming from. Of course, I don't know my geography enough in Japan, but they're coming from the other side of the mountain, and they're coming towards Kyoto.
So they're like traveling the way we come from. They haven't been that way yet.
That's correct.
All right.
Nor were they at the top of the mountain. If you ask them that, they've come across this middle part. There's kind of like a saddle here between two different mountain ranges, and they're kind of riding through it, going through it. They say
Have you found many of the temples in ruin on your travels from there? We have stopped at several ourselves and addressed the issue.
Yes, well, time does tend to affect all that man puts forth, and it just requires ones who care to set it right again.
Kenjiro interjects and he says, well, we've found 3 shrines along the way here. It must be the path that you've taken as well. Have you done anything to these shrines to consecrate them once more?
Oh, we have come from the other direction, child.
Yes, Joe, did you not understand? I just asked the men that. Did they explain they come from the other way? Were you not listening?
Oh, I must have been distracted looking at that tasty looking duck that's roasting on that spit.
Oh.
Suzu sticks an arrow on one.
Shoot him.
Jeez, I was going to say Takashi just make sure he has his sword with him around the fire because he knows.
You're going to shoot him?
I'm not. Dangerous. Yeah, I still haven't. I didn't dismount. Yeah,
you're going to shoot him with that.
I'm just taking one out.
Are you serious?
Go for it, Mickey.
Yeah. I'm not putting up with this crap.
Well,
go ahead and make an attack.
Nice.
That's a 16.
Okay. Yeah. He could do damage.
Uh, 18.
Okay. Yeah. The old man grabs. He essentially, you all probably being trained warriors and they're being so quiet. You hear that that distinct sound of the bowstring going being pulled back, and you actually note. Actually, everybody roll mind.
Nope.
Yep, 16.
16. Yep.
Yeah, whoever made it, you actually see the old man turn and look directly in that direction, and then the arrow flies and hits him in the chest, and he falls over dead. The other two kind of look and they say, "Why would one take the life of a priest?"
Kenjiro
Good.
unsheaths his sword and attacks the other one. The one that just spoke.
Okay, go ahead.
And that's a miss. And he yells out, "Because you're no priests, pretenders."
Anybody else?
I'm going to pop another arrow into him, depending on how fast I can throw
Well, that
these
still
things.
So I want to see if anybody else can go this round before.
Yeah.
Do anything.
I mean, would we know that that's true? What was put in chat?
Probably very likely. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Takashi had his sword, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
Go ahead. Anybody who wants to try to slaughter the old man can do it.
Well, you can be old and be dangerous,
Yeah.
so
You keep saying
Sure, go
old
ahead.
men. They're not.
I will roll. Yep.
All right, 3 damage.
No,
Yep.
I'm in
20.
too much shock to be able to do anything.
Yeah, 20, so I'll do it.
20 damage.
No, I rolled a 20 on my hit roll to hit. 12. 14, 18.
Yeah, that one you slice through him and he falls dead. The other one just kind of calmly looks at Joel. And he says, "From violence comes violence." And then he like reaches forward to get the kettle to finish pouring the tea. Did you want to shoot him with an arrow?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, 14.
Okay, yeah, the arrow shoots past him. He reaches forward and the arrow shoots over his head. He picks up the teacup and starts mixing the tea. And he calmly says, "I understand that you are with the hearts of warriors, but to kill old men on the road, that is not what I would have expected."
Kenjiro raises his sword and says, "So be it." And rolls a 19.
2 damage.
Can Joe try to stop him?
Sure.
Grab
Make a
his
DR.
arm and stop him?
Yeah, you just make it like a DR for this guy because he's not avoiding it.
Nat 20.
Yeah, so you, however you want to describe
Yeah, I'm just
that.
going to reach up and grab the wrist of Ken and look at him in the eye and go, "Are you sure the actions you are taking are the right ones at this moment?"
Yeah, Akiryuko is going to get up and dwell and say, "Have you all lost your minds?"
Kenjiro would reply, he would say, "In my years of training around the country, one of the most solemn vows that Buddhist monks take is to never to take life in finding sustenance. The duck they roast and their claim that they're Buddhist monks, they do not match. These are pretenders."
Where did you get the duck from?
The old man looks at you and he says, "It's interesting how one sees what they would like to see."
Wang.
Go ahead if you want to shoot him.
There we go. That's a 21.
All right, 2 damage.
All that animosity just coming right through the point of that thing.
Yep.
Oh, nice. That is 25.
Yep. The arrow goes through his heart and he falls over dead.
Boy.
Kenjiro lowers his sword and walks over to these old men that they have slain and examines their bodies.
If we do not find evidence of wrongdoing on them, when we get to the next town, you shall both be arrested.
Yeah, I mean, from what you can tell, they kind of just look like regular old men. They're kind of skinny. If you look, their sandals are very worn. Their hands are clearly hands of somebody who has, worked, with them. They're not like clean. They're calloused and such. And if when they're just dressed in simple robes, they don't have anything else on them really.
Do they have any gear or any papers that would indicate that they're from any temple or doing this with a temple
Yeah, I mean,
authority?
I honestly don't know that much, like what exactly a boots monk would have, but they have like whatever they would have, like their instruments that they would use to bless things or whatever, papers and the normal, thing, and they have some tools like to cut away like branches and rebuild the stone and that kind of stuff. Also, I guess everybody can roll a mind.
Nope.
One.
Nope.
Nobody.
I got a 16.
No.
You got 16? Okay. So yeah, as they're digging through and rifling through the old man, you smell kind of like a burning smell. So you look over to see the duck, and you realize that it was not actually a duck at all, but rather some rice that was cooking wrapped up in large leaves. And it just had the shape.
I look at Kenjiro and I say, I let you youthful and angry people mislead me. That won't happen again. My old eyes failed me.
You all have brought honor upon shame upon yourselves. I will give you a chance to redeem your honor now.
We have a mission to accomplish.
Your
A
mission
decree
ends
by
here.
the decree by the emperor that I have slain these 3 people alongside Suzu. We will face our reckoning at another time. However, I was under my I had my conviction in attacking them, and I shall face them later like a true samurai would, but not this night. You could
Suzu just mounts up and starts to walk off, just canter off.
You could personally see that I die for this, Akaryuko. But we must accomplish our mission first, like you said.
And I shall. You and Suzu both. And Kiryuko, with that, is going to get on her horse and begin to ride off into the darkness.
All right, everybody's following, or are you gonna just leave the bodies here and just move on?
We're gonna burn the bodies.
Okay, so you can hang on, do that for a bit.
Yeah, I'll stay with him.
The party is good.
Joe is going to eventually talk to Kishi where nobody else can hear it and say, they are the two that drink the sake from earlier. I believe that it has having effects on their minds. We need to be very careful. They may turn on us at some point.
I will say, I mean, I agree. I also drank of the sake and look what I did. So I will keep a close eye on them if you will also keep a close eye on me.
Yes, of course, but those two indulged in it much more than you did.
Yes, I will be vigilant with you in this, my friend.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are doing that. It's going to take you a little bit to burn the bodies and stuff, appropriately. So the other two, are you guys going to stop when you see they're not following you? Or are you just going to keep going?
Oh, Suzu's just going to keep riding at this point. He's pissed enough.
What about Kiryoko? Same. You guys are both.
I mean, I feel like
She wants to cut me down. She could try.
I feel like this should, that this is a job that, at the very least, Kenjiro, should do. I feel like Suzu should stop too, but he's not. So obviously he is just completely without honor.
It's focused, that's for sure. But are you following? Because you had said you left, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, like she left this. She's not going to have any of the blood on her hands.
Okay. Yeah. Since you guys are traveling. Okay. So you start to move ahead. Probably half an hour or so goes by. You're moving relatively slow because the sun had set. You start to see the stars now twinkle in the sky. It's getting a little brighter. The air is kind of crisp and cold as you head up, and you can start to hear the sound of what sounds like a not really a river, but a stream, I guess. That being the early spring is really overflowing and rushing kind of ahead of you. You can hear it coming up. And, as you kind of progress towards the, continue your way up the mountain, you see off to the side, there's this relatively large, like I said, like kind of overflowing stream. It's there's set on the kind of the shore in front of it are some mats, like straw mats. And otherwise it's kind of just off to the side. Like, there's not really anybody there. Of course, it's nighttime. And you look up and you can actually see the fortress, maybe like another 10, 15-minute ride up the side. You can see it coming up.
Suzu will dismount and let his horse water.
Okay.
And just kind of wait.
Okay. Roll a mind when you're over there.
3.
Okay. Yeah. The water is good for the horse. How about the karaoke? What you doing? You stopping too, or?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What is it we see? Like another temple?
Kind of a mountain stream that's kind of overflowing because it's early spring. Next to the stream on the bank, you see some like straw mats. Like somebody might use so they're not standing in the mud, basically.
She'll just kind of stop. She wants to look around and, see if she sees any signs of like anyone being around.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make a mind check.
Nat 1. The sky is pretty.
I mean, clearly there's mats here, so somebody was around, but you can't really, you don't know why or who or how long ago. But assuming you wait for the rest of them, while you're watering the horses and stuff, eventually the rest of the crew, finishing the rushed but as thorough as possible ceremony to burn the bodies of the murdered monks. You guys eventually catch up to the group where they're watering their horses, and you see the same thing, basically overrun stream. There's some straw mats on the side, and then if you were to go further up, you see the fortress, which was a monastery at one point. I guess I should also point out, even though it's not super relevant, that there was a break in the path before you got this far up that led down the other side of the mountain, which is probably where the monks came from.
So the fortress, that's obviously our destination then?
Yeah, that's where he's at.
Okay. Well, Akaryuko, you were so eager to get here, and here we are.
Yes, that was before I knew I was traveling with murderers. She'll dismount from her horse and begin to walk up the path. I don't know if there's a place she ties her horse off or what.
Yeah, there's some small kind of, very small kind of tree-ish things, or that are by the stream, some bushes basically, but they're thick enough that if a trained horse will stay.
Okay, and she'll begin to make her way up towards the fortress.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah, you guys can walk up. I mean, is everybody going? Just walk up the path.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe
Takeshi.
is making sure to walk behind Suzu and Ken, though. He's not walking in front of them.
I'll be with Joe.
All right, so everybody's leaving their horses there, and you're just going up straight up the front. Sounds like a sound plan. Yeah. So you walk up, and as you approach, you get that that there's like a bit of a wall around. The gate that would let you in is actually open. It's not closed. Obviously it can be closed and fortified in times of battle or whatever, but it's open. It's like one of those large doors. It's like painted bright red, and it's cracked open.
Do you
That'll
plan,
bring you
young warrior, to just walk straight in the door? Saying to Akira Yuko.
I assume there's like a knocker on the door, right?
These are the kind of the outside gates, so not really. I mean, they'd normally be somebody like in a tower or something, but nobody seems to have called down to you when you got there.
Oh. I think we should be vigilant. No one has called down to us yet. Is there like a bell or something that we're supposed to ring, or?
I mean, normally, okay, yes, there's a bell. I mean, normally there'd just be somebody there. You don't need to ring anything; they would see you, but they're not there, and the door's open. Okay. I mean, you certainly could bang on the thing if you just want to. Is that what you're looking to do?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking like now. I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Well, you would shout.
But is the door open?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she's gonna slightly peek her head around and just sort of have a look inside real quick.
Okay.
I mean, she finds it a little eerie that there's no one here to greet them.
Roll a body. Kind of as a
Body.
sneak.
Okay. 15 exactly.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so you kind of and you look in there and you can see that there's like maybe like 50 yards of courtyard, and then there's like the main kind of building. And again, it was at one point a monastery, but it's been turned into more of a fortified fortress. So it's been stripped of any real decoration as far as religious stuff. And you don't see anybody in like on the grounds right away, but you do see the inside. You can see there's some light flickering, like candles or lanterns in the main part of the building. But then as you're kind of like about to pull your head back, you look down, and there's actually a man dressed in full armor. He is leaning on the other part of the door, and he appears to be asleep or drunk. He's got his like helmet down. And he's got a sword across his waist, but he doesn't move because you were super slick.
But I mean, does he look alive?
Well, if you get closer to check him, then we're gonna have to.
Okay. Akira Yuko is going to like signal to the others, like basically stay quiet. And she's gonna begin to make her way over to that body.
Well, he's like he's right next to you. So the door's
he's like right
this.
next to me.
Right, so the door's like this, right? And it's like this, I guess. You're peeking, and he's right there, like he's against the door.
All right.
So if you open the door, you're going to basically move him if he is alive, because he's literally leaning on it.
Okay. Yeah, she's just gonna like reach out and try and grab his shoulder.
Like to wake him up.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you can do that, and he does. When you grab his shoulder, he looks up at you and he goes, "Intruders!" and he yells really loud. But let's roll initiative. So you might as well roll because he's about to try to fight you. Oh, you got a 1 though.
18. Oh wait.
18.
Yeah.
Best talent on a DC.
Yeah. Sorry, I rolled the wrong die. 6.
Yeah, you go first. So he screams. He's fumbling for his sword. I mean, he doesn't know what the hell to do. So he's only got a 1.
Okay. She's gonna like basically like I think she's gonna like grab him and kind of like push him against the door. Because she's kind of not sure at this point what's going on. And she's just gonna say, like, like, who are you, basically? Like, trying to figure out if he's actually a guard there or, Because I mean, she's in her uniform, right? So
Yeah, you have armor on, sure. I mean, the maybe there's I mean,
I mean, like, but we're
there-
supposed to
there
be
are
here,
criminals
right? Maybe I'm misunderstanding the situation.
as far as you know, this place has been taken over by this Oni king.
Oh,
So-
so this guy's supposed to be an enemy.
Most likely, yeah. I mean, that would be a pretty astute observation. He has a sword. He's guarding the Oni king's fortress.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I was missing. Okay, that's what I was missing. I didn't understand what was going on, I guess.
The youth was rushing up to fight and didn't listen to the mission.
Yeah, I mean, no, like I listened, but I guess I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's
Okay.
fine, I'm just- that's what-
Yeah, it's my bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could assume that he's a bad guy. Yes.
Okay, then she'll quickly take her sword and chop him down.
Okay, go for it.
I'm glad you took 71 hit points, Ken.
Well, I rolled an 18 last time. Can I use that?
No.
Aw. No, only 14. So
Yeah, I rolled an 18 yesterday. I'll use that.
well,
Okay,
I mean,
Xavier,
like,
so
yeah.
you all so basically your Akiriko tells you to stand back. She reaches in there and grabs something. You hear a man scream, then Akiriko draws her sword and swings down. Does anybody else want to try to do something on your side? Because you do have initiative.
How large is that entrance?
I mean, the door's only like if you were to pass through the door right now, you'd have to open the door. Like it's not wide enough for you to.
I mean, is it too small for us to ride through using our horses?
Well, you'd have to go back and get your horses 150 yards down the
Okay.
way, but sure, you could run down and get your horse. I mean, when the gates are open, it'd be wide enough, but currently it's just barely open.
I gotcha.
Yeah, nobody has a horse. I asked if you all dismounted. You said yes.
Okay.
So basically, if you want to attack this guy, I guess I'll just be in summary, you'll have to open the door more. Yeah, or you won't. I mean, because you won't be able to attack through a Kiriko who's blocking the gate. But if you want to get
Joe
your
is
horse,
going.
yeah.
He's going to try to run against the wall on this side somewhere to hide in shadows or something for right now.
Okay, so you're gonna stay on the outside.
Yeah, he's going to try to. I mean, there's no way for us to maneuver through the door right now, I wouldn't think.
Well, not without opening it. You could
Yeah,
open it.
so-
You can push the door open here, but yeah.
Kenjiro's gonna say, Suzu, Takeshi, give me a boost. And then he's gonna try to run up against the wall and jump over it.
How tall is the?
I don't
It's like
know.
a 15, 20 foot
I'll
wall.
throw him up and then walk through the gate.
I mean, yeah, I'll help. I'll try to help you if you really want to try that, young one. Absolutely.
Yeah, go for it. You know what? Yeah, you're a badass samurai. Go for it. I'm going to give you a -2 though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If you make it though, it's just going to be like a flying samurai, like a movie. Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those Chinese productions.
Crouching
Exactly.
Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, that's right. 17.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
yeah, with the help of your friend, you're able to just like.
Yeah,
You did say you
Kenjiro-
traveled around a lot, so perhaps you traveled to China and learned the kung fu way or something. You leap over the wall like a badass.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
Nice.
I mean, so when you land on the other side, you see that there's a guy on the ground. I mean, that's all you're gonna be able to do this one round. You see this guy on the ground, who's drawing his sword to attack Kyryoko. And I guess, hold on, Susan's just opening the gate, right? You said you're just gonna push the gate open.
Yeah, Suzu's just going in.
Yeah, if you just push the gate open, I mean, you push the gate open, and you have to see this guy. He's gonna swing at Kyryoko though, from the ground. 15 exactly. Make a defense.
Okay. Yeah, I made it.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to avoid the kind of wild strike of the guard. Just put everybody's hit points here. Okay, so you do that. All that happens. The gates open now. That was an awful lot to get that game going. Susie like pushes the gate open and then like right near you lands on the ground. Okay, so all right, so this is this one guy and he's just like you hear of course people moving inside now because the alert was given, and off on the outside of the other side of the gate, we've got no, not Takashi.
Yeah, I was outside.
Yeah,
I
you're
remember I
outside, but
boosted
Joe
Kenjiro.
is hiding. You're just standing there. Joe's hiding. All right. So roll initiative, Crystal. I got a 2.
6 again.
All right. Yeah. So there's one guy here. He swings at you with the sword. He gets up, to defend. So what does everybody want to do? I'm just going to go in. You're closest. So I'll let you go first. And I'm just going to go in order.
Can I go first? I want to recite a haiku.
Yeah.
I mean, because that would give us, if I make it, that'd give us all +2, right?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's standing there in the shadows, wondering what is happening to his party. They all went crazy, it seems. I mean, we walk up to an enemy and just start talking to them, and the others went crazy and killed Buddhist monks. So he just stands there and he goes, "A frog on the path, traveling to the temple, my footsteps softer." 18,
Nice.
and I rolled a 2 on a D6.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so for the next 2 rounds, including this one, you guys will get a +2. So I'll go, and now let Crystal go first.
Nat 20
Nice.
to hit.
Yep. And what I'll do is I'll give him, since it's not really, I'm going to give him a -2 on his defense because of the haiku. Oh, but he rolled 19, which would be 17. So he avoids it. He rolls out of the way. He like you swinging him with a massive swing. He rolls out of the way and stands up and he calls out into the darkness. That was a very good haiku.
Mhm.
And then he kind of gets his sword ready as now, I guess. The next person closest to him is either, I guess I'm just going to do Ken because you're on top of my screen. So
Okay.
you see this guy.
And he's going to swing, but misses with 10.
Okay. And then also really close to him would be Suzu. If you want to attack him. There's people inside too, but you can't see them yet, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to plunge forward towards the keep.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. What I'll say then is if you're rushing out there and, they're going to come out and I'll let you attack one when they come out because like you're charging forward to do that.
Yep.
Takashi, you're outside. What did you want to do?
I will go inside.
Are you rushing the keep or are you going to attack this guy that's standing here, the single guard?
No, I think he's the single guard. He thinks Ken and Akaryuko could do that, so he's going to go towards the keep.
All right, so I'll let you guys both attack when they come out. So basically, the doors, the keep bust open, and 5 warriors come out. They've got swords in their hands, and they kind of like spread out a little bit, like this as you guys charge into them. So you can each attack if you want. I'll go from the top. So Suku, and then I'll have Takashi go.
It's 20.
Oh, nice. Oh, misses. So go ahead and do some damage.
$18.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. You take a massive slice out of this guy. How about Takashi?
Oh yeah, +2, 18.
Okay, let me see. Ooh, he rolled a 20 and avoids it.
Okay.
And that is the end of that round, right? Everybody went? Yes, everybody went. Oh, no, now these guys got to go. Okay, so guy surrounded who's fighting Kyryoko, and Ken is going to swing at Kyryoko, I think, because Ken missed wildly and Kyryoko had that massive swing. 19 to make a defense there.
Okay. I'll make it. I still have a +2 for the haiku, right?
Yeah,
so
it's still that
that's
first one.
yeah. All right, so I made it.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you deflect the blow. All right, so the other one's running out though. There's 5 of them, so I'm going to put 2 on each of you guys. Then the extra one's going to run towards the other part of the fight. So the one on that you were injured, Suku, misses when he swings at you. The other one that's going to be on you swings and misses. Let me just note who's on who. The one that you missed that blocked your attack, Takashi, is going to attack you with a 19.
Okay. Yeah, he hits me.
Okay. 20 points.
Okay.
All right, that's fine. All right, so I'm sure that doesn't kill you. And then the other guy swings at you as well. Ooh, 17.
Okay.
You better block that one, because otherwise I think you.
I also rolled a 17.
All right. Yeah, your swords
Nice.
lock. And then running forward, the final guy is actually going to charge at Ken. He's like, "Ah," and rolls a 5.
Nice.
He runs out of steam before he gets to you. So currently, 2 of them have run forward. One facing Ken. One is on a Kyryoko. Takashi and Suzu each have 2 on them, and just outside the gate is Joe. And we'll come into the next round. So Crystal, you can go ahead and roll initiative. Everybody still gets their +2. I guess I'll give it to you on your initiative too. It's +2 on everything. So
Nice.
4 for them.
3.
So 5, right?
No,
Did you add the +2?
no,
rolled a
I
1?
rolled a 1.
Oh wow.
Okay, well, bummer.
I mean,
Okay,
I
so-
rolled 2 6s in a row, so
That is true. All right, so the one on the Kyryoko, 18, so that's going to hit unless you defend.
nat 20.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
I make it look easy.
All right, first one on Suzu misses. Second one on Suzu misses. First one on Takashi misses. Misses on Takashi, and then against Ken misses. Out of the building, steps kind of far away from everybody, but like just in the doorway, steps a man. He's quite kind of. At first, you think he's got a mask on, demon with the horns coming out, and this. Then you probably realize as the torchlight flickers on him that in fact that is his face, and he's red skin, bright red, almost like burnt char skin. He's wearing fine robes and has a sword at his side. He's not even has it drawn yet. He just has it at his side. He steps out with his hands on his hips, and he kind of surveys the area, and he says, "I prefer the flesh of virgins, but I guess we'll have these for you, men." And yeah, it's your turn. So, Ken, what do you want to do?
Ken is gonna slash at the guy that's attacking Akaryuko,
Okay.
and does a natural 20.
Nice. He does not block that, so go ahead and do some damage.
And I do 15 points of damage.
Okay, nice. He's still up, but very hurt. How about Joe?
Joe, at hearing the booming voice from what he knows is their target, is going to come out of the darkness as he puts a new Ashitaba leaf in his mouth and bites down on. He is going to charge that guy and try to swing into him with his 2 katanas.
Oh, nice. Okay, go for it.
I knew it. Nope. Bad mess. A 4.
Oh, yeah. You charge at him, but probably you don't even get to him because there's so much action going on. So you have to kind of like step back, and he gets in a fighting stance before you get to him. So you're not able to get a good swing at him. Takashi,
Is this? Are we?
2 guys on you.
Yep. Are we outside or are we inside?
Yeah, you're out in the courtyard. Yeah, like they ran, like you were charging towards the steps, and they came across the wall. So you're basically like 20 feet away from the door, basically 20, 30 feet.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna
I have a
cast.
spell coming on.
Yes. How did you know? But I actually am not gonna cast Storm because I rolled. I'm gonna kinda
Okay.
look at the demon,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say, I'm old, and boy, your head would be a good capstone to my career. And I'm gonna cast the kill spell on him.
Oh, wow. Okay. Don't you have to touch him? No, right?
Well, hang on, let me check. It just says
I don't think
cast
you have
kill
to.
and somebody dies. So if you want to make,
Oh, no.
He
You don't have to touch him.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But he gets a DR against it. Let me see if he makes it.
Yep.
Oh, he got exactly 15.
ooh, that's fine.
Oh, man. He looks at you and he says, one of us will die, and it won't be me. That was Takashi. Suzu.
He charges the Oni.
Oh, okay. You're going to run away from the 2 guys that are on you? Okay.
Yeah, screw them.
All right, I'm gonna have you make a body check to get past them because they're literally fighting you. So
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
No.
okay, yeah. I mean, you try to run past them. They're just like without. So I'll say either since you failed it, you can either charge him and make an attack, but they're gonna actually hit you once as well, or you step back and you don't get hit. So
I'll
you can
step
choose.
back and recollect.
Yeah. And Kyrielko, you've got one directly on you and then one kind of near you fighting Ken. Well, was fighting Ken, but Ken walked away from it.
I try to hit the one that's directly on me, but don't manage to hit him.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, coming into next, so that's the end of the haiku round. So back to normal initiative. Crystal. 5 for them.
6.
6, nice.
I think I can either get 6 or 1. No in between.
Go ahead. You got one on you. You might as well go first.
Cool. All right, 13 plus 2 because I'm a fighter. So that's
15 blocks it.
Oh, God damn it.
Ken?
He's gonna swing at the one that he was fighting, and then he's gonna go out the door and run towards his horse.
Okay. Good.
And I rolled 11, so that's a miss.
Okay, yeah. So you swing at him, but he's actually preoccupied with the karaoke anyways, so he kind of blocks both of you. And you run out the door, which is totally fine. Joe, you're basically at the demon because you ran
Yep,
past
he's gonna try to slice into him. Oh yeah, that's a 16.
All right, let me see. Oh no, 18 blocks it.
Oh man.
Okay, that's all he does. Takashi.
So Suzu ran away. So do I have all like 5 guys or something on me?
He wasn't able to get past, so not really. I mean,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
you got 2 directly on you, but there are 2 more there that are blocked Suzu's way.
Okay. Oh boy. I'll just attack. I guess I'll attack one that's in front of me.
Okay.
Nope. 13.
Okay, yeah. Suzu.
Being fueled by rage now that I couldn't get at him. That's a 14.
Oh, okay. Trying to well, I guess. All right, yeah. And Akira already went. Actually, it's their turn. All right, so facing off in front of the demon is Joe. The demon now has his sword out because you so skillfully got to him. He had to block you. He takes his sword and swings across at you. Oh, and he misses. Out in the courtyard, there's 2 on Suzu. First one misses. Second one misses. The 2 on Takashi swing at them. Miss. Whoosh. Akira, you now unfortunately have 2 on you because your friend ran out the door. 15 just hit you if you don't make the save.
They hit.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, not bad. 16. That's not terrible.
No.
And the second one misses. Okay, that's all the bad guys. We're into the next round. You're actually running down the path. It's going to take you like another round to get to the horse and then 2 rounds to come back, I guess, because you got to get on it.
Am I able to shoot him with the arrow?
Not if you want to run towards your horse. Is that what you say we're doing? Am I misunderstanding?
Yeah, I mean, he was going to run towards the horse and then he was going to.
You basically ran out a door of a courtyard. If you want to stop and turn around and shoot an arrow, then you're not running towards your horse. You know what I'm saying? You got to either one or the other.
Okay.
But you definitely could do that. I mean, if you want to shoot with an arrow, you have your bow with you.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he's going to shoot one of them with the arrow.
Okay, which one? Go with the ones on the Kyrielko?
Yeah, one that's probably closest to me.
Okay.
And that's another natural 20.
Nice. Ah, you didn't see that coming. Go ahead and do some damage.
Okay, that's 14, 20. That's 20 points of damage.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. So this guy's fighting Akira who doesn't really, you ran away, so he spun and your arrow shoots into him, unawares. He totally just takes it. And then his eyes roll back and he falls over dead. So one of the guys you were fighting Akira just dropped from an arrow. Okay. Now that is the end of that round, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Now we start over. Okay. Initiative.
4.
Oh, ho, ho. No, hold on. Didn't they win?
No.
Okay,
Wait,
they lost.
No, I had a 6 last time.
Okay, that's right. That's right. You should roll 6. Yes, they lost. Okay. Let me just roll the. Oh, let me see if there's even one. No, random encounter. Okay, roll again. 1.
1.
No random encounter. Roll again. 6.
2.
Okay, so they're gonna go first. There's one on you. Karoko is gonna swing at you. 18.
This could be it. Yeah, he hits me.
Oh,
That's
no.
probably going to kill me. Unless I get really lucky.
The mighty demon slayer Karoko killed 2 demons last time. Yeah. 12, 19.
Yeah, she's dead.
All right. You want to describe your terrible death by katana?
I mean, no, she died.
All right.
In the adventure, I'll roll to see if my soul's taken.
Okay, yeah. So this guy just swings through you, and you drop. You hear him mutter something about being able to sell your armor for sake. And Ken, there's nobody on you because you're kind of standing just outside the gate with a bow. There's one. The demon is on Joe. Ooh, he rolled an 18.
All right, so DR.
Yep, all right.
That's a bad fail.
Oh no. Okay. Sword glows mightily, or not so mightily. It is 16, 22, 24, 27.
All right.
All right. Yes, he cuts into you, and you feel the burn of the demon's sword. Zuko, there's 2 on you. Miss, and there's 2 on Takashi still. Miss.
Okay.
Okay. So now it's your turn. Ken, I'm just going to go from the top so it's easier for me. What do you want to do? You're kind of standing just outside the gates.
Yeah,
You see all the combat going on.
Yeah, he realizes that the horses are too far away to do anything. So he's just going to run back into the gate, and he's going to swing at the one that was fighting Akaryuko.
Okay.
And freaking another nat 20.
Oh, wow.
It is crazy.
Oh, no. He got a 19, though. So he blocks it. It was awesome.
Okay.
Buddy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry. Joe, demon's in front of you. Just cut you.
Yeah, he cut into him pretty deep, and Joe looks down at his wounds, and he looks up at this night sky, and he looks back at his friends as he sees Kiryuko's body lying there. And he softly looks in the demon's face, and he goes, "Pine needles fall soft. The groaning of old spirits drift on the cold wind." And he's going to try to help his friends, he hopes, before he dies.
Nice.
Oh, 16 and 6 for 6 rounds. Got a 6 and a D6.
Nice. All right. 6 rounds of a +2. Okay. So that's amazing. Takashi, you feel the energy in you from this very positive poem.
All right. I'll just go for one in front of me. For now. Let's see. Oh, with my +2, thank you, Joe. That's a 15.
All right. Does not block it.
All right.
Come on, damage.
26, 29.
Kill him. Yeah, you slice through this one guy with one hit, and he drops. Tides are turning. Suku.
Slicing the guy next to me. Nope, that's a 7.
Okay. And the character is dead, unfortunately.
Blinded by rage.
Okay, so that was that. The now initiative again. Now you want to keep rolling crystals? your spirit. You're there in spirit, at least for now. And you get a +2.
Sure.
2 for them, so you can possibly...
Get a
fail.
+2. Total of 6.
Awesome. Ken, you've run forward to face this guy.
Yeah, he's gonna swing at this guy, and whether or not he hits, he's gonna rush towards that demon to try to take the hits for Joe instead.
Okay.
So I roll 18.
Okay,
So that's
let's
a
see.
good thing.
Okay, you got a 20.
Okay.
Man, they're blocking all your attacks. They don't block anybody's attacks except for Ken.
Except for the arrow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so you do that. If you want to try to run forward, I'll say to Ken, but you got to make a body check if you want to get past the fight that's going on.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. Ooh, natural 1.
Okay, so you can either not do that or just take a hit as you run through.
He'll not do that.
That's a bad idea to take a hit, but well, actually, you have a ton of hit points. You can probably do it.
You know what?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna go through it.
Right.
He's gonna go through it. Yeah.
Right. Oh, and it's a low rolls too. 19 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy, you run from this guy and he just like slices at you as you're running back. He's gonna, of course, chase you, but he won't do that until it's their turn again. And you got past him anyways. That leads us to Joe. You facing off against
Joe. If it's up to Joe again, he's going to swing this time at the Oni, and he's going to miss.
Oh no. Okay, you add the +2, right?
Yeah, I'm still way off.
All right. Takashi.
I still
got
have a
one
guy
on
on me, right?
Yep, 1 on you. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna try to swing at him. Oh no, just missed with a 14.
Even with the +2.
Yeah, I rolled a 12.
Okay. Okay. Susan.
Hacking
Come
at
on.
the guy next to me again. Nope.
You hit this guy was the first attack of the thing, and then you haven't been able to finish him. This poor guy. Okay, and Kiro goes that. Okay, so demon is going to actually Ken is up there, so the demon is either going to attack you or Joe. I'll roll a d6 like this. So 1, 2, 3 is going to be Ken, and 4, 5, 6 will be Joe. Okay, 6 is going after Joe, and it misses though with a 13. Then Takashi, you've got 2 on you now because the guy that was fighting Kyrioko now ran up since Ken ran away from him. He misses terribly with a 1, and then misses again, and then against Suzu, you got 2 on you as well. Ooh, 18. See if you can block that one. The Suzu.
Pardon? You hit me?
You got 18 that attacked you.
Oh,
Did
I'm
it-
sorry.
you
I
got
thought
it?
you said Ken.
Oh no.
19 on the DR.
All right, so you block. 1 more is attacking you, and he misses. Okay, so that's the end of that round. 5 more rounds of bonuses, guys. Roll initiative, Crystal. You got a 4.
I got a 4, but also +2. So I don't know if you're going to count that or do a random monster.
No, it's a 6. So 6 is a 6. It won't be a random monster. You will go first. So Ken, you're now up there facing the demon with your.
Yeah, Ken says, Joe, let me take the hit. And he says, come at me, bro. No. Come at me, demon. Whoops, not the. Yeah, I'm rolling damage even before I'm rolling my attack rolls here. And 17 +2, that's 19.
Nice. Oh, he does not manage to block it. Finally, Ken gets a bullet.
All right. And he does 14 + 3, 17 + 2, 19 points of damage on the demon.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. He cuts. You know, he staggers back a little bit because you cut him, but he doesn't seem that hurt. Joe.
Yeah, Joe ignores what Ken says and just bites down on the stem of the Ashitabi leaf and swings at this demon again. Hot dog, and at 20, I changed dice.
Nice. All right, he rolled a 2, so he doesn't defend against it.
Let's see. 7, 11, 13, 21.
Whoa.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. He is definitely hurt now. And Takashi, you've got 2 on you.
Yep, I will roll to hit.
Well, this is like an
One of
epic battle with Takashi. I don't think you guys have hit any, like you've defended or missed or whatever, the 3 of you fighting the whole time.
I managed to kill one, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. No, it's been what's Suku that's been back and forth, not hitting
Yeah.
anybody.
13, 18, 19. 19.
19. Oh, you rolled a 20.
Ugh, God.
Oh my god.
Blocks. I've been rolling like either 2s or 20s, like the whole. Actually, this happened to me last time. I guess that's just which is weird because the 2 and the. Maybe it's an off balance die. Who knows? Anyways, Seuss.
That is
As long as it
15 to hit.
That hits. Let's see. Oh, 17. He blocks it.
Oh my gosh.
You were having like an epic battle here. All right. Back and forth. All right. So now it's their turn, unfortunately. Okay. So the demon's going to go after either Ken or, since you both attacked him, he's pretty pissed. So he's actually going after Joe, but he only gets a 14, so he misses. And then there's 2 on Takashi. The first one gets a 6 and misses. 15. That just hits if you don't DR it.
Okay. Ooh, 20.
Nice. And then against Suzu, a 2 and a 12, 13. So that misses. So yeah, that's the end of round whatever that is. But 4 more rounds of haiku power coming at you guys. And let's do initiative, Crystal. 4 for him.
8.
Nice.
8.
Ken, the demon is in front of you.
He says, "Hiya!" and rolls a 4.
Lots of yelling, not enough hitting. Joe.
Yep, he's going to try. He's feeling confident. Oh, 17.
All right, let's see if he blocks it. Oh, we rolled a 1, so no.
Let's see, 15.
Oh, wow, okay. 15. Oh, wow, okay, yeah. You cut into him this time, and like it goes through the armor, and you actually see some blood drip down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I added up wrong. 17. I missed 2. So, yeah, that's actually 17 points.
Yep. 2 more drops of blood come down. Okay, Takashi.
I guess I'll try to hit this guy. Yes, with my +2. Yeah, good on you, Joe. That's a 15.
And he does not defend.
All right. 25.
You cut him down. He drops.
Okay.
Excellent. I was just thinking it's funny because there's the 2 of you, right? Suzu and Takashi each fighting 2 of them. And then there's the other 2 of samurais on your team, Ken and Joe fighting against the one demon. So it's like this like weird like balancing thing. Suzu, your turn.
I'm hacking again. Oh, come on. That's a 6.
Uh-oh. Well,
Getting
you were
another
distracted
die.
because you saw Takashi's enemy drop. So you're like, oh, well, 1 fewer. The demon stretches out his hands and screams. "Ah!" And all of a sudden, he grows to 20 feet tall, ripping through basically the overhead, the canopy, I guess I call it, smashes down around everybody. Everybody who's standing up there, which would be Ken and Joe, make a body check as you dive out of the way, I'm assuming.
That's a bad fail.
Ooh.
Even with the pluses.
I roll 14, but +2, so he makes it.
All right. Yeah, if you fail, you had to basically like dive like out of the way. So you're just going to lose your attack next time. You're not going to do any damage. So next round you just won't go. And the 1, I'm sorry, that's on Takashi. Misses, yep. And the 2 that are on, Suzu, the first one hit you possibly with an 18.
Okay. New die. That's a 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Second one swings at you. Oh, with a 16.
Come on, Suzu.
You can
17.
Oh,
Nice.
That's the die, right? There you go.
It is.
Okay. All right, end of that round. We got the demon still standing, although he's standing tall. You guys probably all witnessed this demon get really big. He basically like he's wearing armor and stuff. When he grows, like it just he like rips out of it. But and he even drops his sword on the ground. But his hands look like massive claws with like 3-inch long nails. In any case, initiative, Crystal. 2 for him, so he can't.
Yeah, 7.
Okay, so Ken, you rolled, so you can actually attack if you want this round because you got out of the way.
All right, here we go. Ooh, 17 plus 2, that's 19.
All right, let's see if he avoids it. He does not avoid it because he's cocky because he's so giant.
All right.
Come on, Ken.
Come on, baby. Oh my lord, I rolled 2 1s. 4. 8 points of damage.
It's better than no points of damage.
Because you didn't yell with it.
Yeah, great. You've got the
I was saving that for the final kill.
exactly. Well, it might have been if you had. All right, Joe. No, Joe, you're recovering, right?
Yep.
Tasha, you got 1 on you.
I'll turn and face him. But no, that's a 6.
Okay. Suzu, you got 2 on you.
Okay, that's a 22.
Nice. There you go. Oh, and he doesn't defend. I'm assuming that we'll assume the one you already hit once.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. 15.
And he's dead.
Yes.
All right, now it's a fair fight, 2 against 2 out there. As we come into the next round, Crystal, initiative. Oh, we rolled a 2 again, so you can't possibly lose. Ken.
All right, this time he's gonna go, yeah. And every time I do that, I roll low. 6.
Maybe the yelling doesn't help. All right, Joe, you're back on your feet.
Yep, he's going to rush back into the fight and try to take the demon out and down below. Oh yeah, 16.
Oh, nice. Let's see if he blocks it.
Oh, this is good damage too.
He does not block it.
Oh, let me add it up. Let's see. 33.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you cut deeply into him, and he actually drops like to a knee. And he stares at you with the fire in his eyes. Takashi, you're facing off with this one guy.
Yep, this one guy. I'm going to try again. Oh, yeah, okay, 15.
All right. He does not block it.
All right, let's see what we got here. 3. 25.
You cut him down. He drops. Suzu, the fight's changing quickly.
Yes.
There's 1 left. You're fighting him.
Oh, that's 22 again.
All right. Let's see if he blocks it. He does not.
14 points.
Okay. Well, it's not enough to kill him. You strike into him. He's got good, solid armor. He blocks. Blocks most of the blow, and he's bleeding a little bit. But he looks at you, and he's going to swing at you. With a 2, he misses. All right. And then the demon now. Since Joe just did a massive amount of damage, he's going after you. He's not even rolling randomly. He just sees you, and he's gonna try to rip you to shreds. But he misses.
Ooh.
So coming into, all right, 2 more rounds of your bonuses with that Haku. Crystal, initiative. 5 for them.
5 for us, like total.
Okay, so now we're gonna roll for a random monster, and there's not one. So roll again. 3.
6 total.
Okay, so you go first. Again, the demon is down on 1 knee. He swung at your friend.
Okay, 19. So
19.
with that, go ahead.
Yeah, you rolled a 19?
Yeah.
Let me see if he blocked it. Can't lose my D20. He does not. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, with that, he puts both of his hand on his katana. He closes He closes his eyes, focusing his energy. He goes, "Hi-ya!" and then does a vertical slash straight down, trying to split the guy's head. And that's how much is that? That's 16, 13. That is 29 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah, you cut into him deeply. Unfortunately, you cut into like his shoulder. It was the armor was there. It was a little harder than you thought, so you didn't quite take his head off.
Yikes.
He's still up. Joe.
Yep, Joe sees that Ken has got his vigor back, so he's gonna stay in the fight. Yep, he's gonna miss this time though. Man, that would have been good damage again.
Oh man. All right, Takashi. There's one guy that's fighting Suzu, and then also the group seems to have the demon who is now grown to some 20 feet tall, down on his knee.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. When you hit him hard, he shrunk back to normal size again. And he's bleeding, so he's actually on his knee and standing only human size at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna go after the demon since I'm mad that the kill spell failed. So he'll go after the demon.
That is true. You're gonna talk.
22.
22. Let's see.
Another 20. God.
You got a 15.
Oh, come on. All right. But that's what I
swing
do.
at him to get Trapasada from the other direction. He just in time just raises his sword up because he reached down to pick it up because he shrunk back down and ching, it like leans against his neck.
All right.
And Suzu, there's one guy on you.
Yep. That's 20.
All right, let's see if you get this guy. He does not block it.
It's 22 points.
There you go. Yeah, you cut this guy down and he falls. And you kind of spin and you can see that the demon seems to be surrounded by your friends. And it lets out a massive scream, and it's going to actually, I'm going to roll randomly to see what it attacks because you're all kind of right around it now. Assuming it hits. It does have a 16, so that will hit. And it's Joe. He goes after Joe. So unless you block it, you're getting a hit.
All right, VR. That's a fail.
Okay. So the demon reaches out because he's got the sword now, and he's blocking the one, and he just you see that the hand still has these claws, and he just reaches straight for you because you're right in front of him and tries to grab your intestines and pull them out. Oh, you might not do that because you got low roll. 10, 16, hold on, I'll do it this way. 10, 26.
Yeah, that you see Joe, he spits out the blade, the stem of that Ashitaba leaf into the face of the demon, and he looks back at the other two that are standing there with him, and he goes, "A broken demon lies in the heavy grass, the swiftness of blade. It is up to you now." And he falls
Nice.
down dead.
Oh, poor
Nice.
Joe.
Okay, it is the initiative for the last round with the positive haiku. So let's hope this does it for you. Crystal, initiative 2, so you can't fail actually. So you go first.
8.
Oh, nice. Ken.
Yeah, with a little bit of tear coming out, Kenjiro says, "This one's for you, Joe." And he swings and rolls a natural 1.
No. Takashi.
I'll
Thanks,
swing at him.
Ken.
I'll swing at him. Nope, that's a 2.
Oh no. Suzu.
Wow. I'm charging.
Do it.
There we go. That's a 16.
Nice. Let me roll his defense. Oh, he got a 16 as well.
Ah!
You come charging and he staggers back and blocks with his sword. He's on his feet now, but you can see that he's very hurt. He's got the sword next to him, and his eyes are kind of flaring. And we come into, that was the last round with the bonus. So it's his turn, and he's going to attack somebody, and then we're going to see what happens. I guess I'll roll randomly again. This time he's going after Takashi, but he misses.
Okay.
Okay, so initiative, Crystal, but no bonus this time. 4.
4.
Really?
Yep.
The perfect time for a random monster. And there was, yes,
No.
exactly what we need.
I may get to cast
Yes.
my last spell after all.
There you go.
Oh, brother.
It might happen. Let's see. What kind of random monster are we going to get? Crystal, roll a d20 so we can figure out what it is. Please.
3.
3.
3 dragons.
Oh. Okay, that's wild. Okay, so you hear this like terrible crackling sound in the ground, and out from the ground, this huge serpent just rips out from the ground, and it's covered in human eyes, and it opens its mouth wide, and the demon says, "Meet my friend." As we go into initiative still, so roll again, Crystal. 4.
Also a 4.
Oh, come on.
No. Okay. Again. 2.
4.
Okay, you're gonna go first. So you see this snake rip out of the ground. The demon's in front of you with the sword in his hand. Ken. Where's Ken?
Yeah.
Ken's alive.
All right. That's a 15 exact.
At the demon?
Yep, at the demon.
All right. He does not defend.
Come on, Ken.
Okay, he does 18 points of damage.
All right. Describe how you cut his head off.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he just does a very quick spin and he says, "Enough of your rambling." And as he spins around, he poses and the head falls to the ground. And he recites the haiku, which may not take effect just for the cool effect. He says, "Spark flashes at night. I wipe the cold red raindrops. Blood covers my hands."
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead. You can do the roll for the haiku. Bonus haiku.
Oh, cool. That is, what do I roll? 1d4?
Soul.
Oh, so, yikes. Fails 5.
Oh, -2 for everybody.
Should have kept his mouth shut.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, D6 for how many rounds? Go ahead, Young, might as well.
2 rounds.
2 rounds. Okay, so that's not too bad. All righty. So that was excellent. There is still a demon snake, Takashi and Suzu.
How close is he? And how close is he
I mean,
to us?
it's close enough that you could run to it and stab it if you'd like, or it's far enough away that if you ran from it, it wouldn't necessarily attack you.
Is it close enough that I could cast Storm on it and not kill the rest of the party?
Yeah.
Or is it?
I'll say so.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay. Go
So
ahead.
does he get
So,
a DR?
yeah, it's going to get a DR.
Yep.
It fails.
All right, 8d20, right?
Yeah. So describe how. I'm sure that's going to kill it, but go ahead and describe what happens as you do the damage, and I'll tell you. I mean, it only has 40 hit points, so 8d20. If you don't get 40, I don't know what you're doing wrong.
Oh yeah, no, no, it's gonna kill it.
Yeah. So go ahead and give us a descriptor here.
Oh, okay. You guys see just above the snake with many eyes, clouds start swirling, like the clouds that come before a tornado, and just huge forks of lightning, that weird green lightning you get when it's really cool, just start stabbing into this creature over and over again. A huge lightning storm, electrical storm over this guy. Yeah, let's see. Can I do my damage anyway, just because it's fun
Yeah, of course.
to add it up?
Oh, yeah, no, you got to add it up. Well, I mean, yeah, you got to add it up. Make sure it's over 40.
Well, the first 3 dice is a 20, a 10, and a 17, so yeah.
I don't think you're going to beat the 1,500 damage, but let's see.
Oh, no. Because you can't, unless you let me times it by 100. 47, 66, 89, math, 114, 120.
Yeah, 120. Yeah, this thing just gets fried and ripped to pieces. Go ahead and roll your d6 to see if you get wrapped up into the storm.
Absolutely. 2.
All right, so you don't. And do you have enough hit points? Or are you still alive?
I have 1 hit point left.
Nice.
After taking
that was
the
well
10.
played. Well played. Yeah. So Suzu, yeah, she just killed the snake. But I'll give you a chance, Suzu, because what happens is, on the next round, the head of the demon shoots off the ground and flies towards its murderer, who is Ken. But since Suzu hasn't gone yet, I'm going to let you roll initiative against me, and if you win, I'll let you attack the head before it attacks Ken.
Okay.
So roll d6. Ooh, I got a 5.
That's a 2.
Nah, all right. You don't see it fast enough, and this head flies towards Ken. Oh my god, with a 20. Yeah,
All right,
Ken.
I get to roll DR, right?
Yeah, try to defend against the head.
Ugh, natural 1.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, actually rolled kind of crappy damage though. 10, 21.
21. Bring it on, my friend.
Yes, this head like flies and like bites into you, and it's starting to draw your blood out as we come to the next round. So yeah, roll initiative, Crystal. I guess because that's the position here. 4.
We're at a -2, right? So 3.
Yeah, you're at -2. Oh, right. You calculated in the -2, right? When you made your defense, you did, right?
Yeah,
no,
I
you
mean,
failed it.
I rolled
So you were
natural 1.
-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At -1.
I just want to hear it. So what'd you get, Chris?
Total of 3.
Okay. All right, so it goes first. It's latched onto. It's doing auto damage. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Maybe not. 10, 19, 27.
Ooh, he's still alive.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to allow that. That's so stupid. Yeah, this thing's like blood's like squirting out everywhere. And it's your turn. This thing's on you.
Yeah, Ken, he's gonna attack.
Okay.
I rolled a 14, so nope.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to hit it when it's on you. So like, we'll go ahead, Takashi, if you want to do something. It's on Ken, so it's like throwing his body around. So it's a little hard to hit him, but you know you can still. That's how I'm justifying the fact it's going to get a DR. But go
Well,
ahead,
I'm going to try to cut it off of him. I mean, hopefully
Yeah, why wouldn't
I
you?
won't
I would
stab
too.
into Ken on accident.
Yeah, just don't roll a natural 1.
I did not, but I did. Oh, but I rolled a 3 -2, so that's 1.
Not a natural 1 though. So.
No.
Wow.
This
Yep.
thing's the blood squirting out of your friend.
Hey, I'm tired. I'm an old man.
Am I able to get a blade in there someplace, or do I have to wait?
No, you can attack him, but I'm just saying it's flying around, so it'll get a DR. Like it'll just mean that the body moved quickly.
So I'm just being mauled.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's a 10.
10.
Oh, no.
Okay, no, nothing. Oh crap. Okay, initiative, Crystal.
I tried.
You did try. two for it. This is actually the last round.
Total of 2. Because it's
Okay,
-2 still, right?
Okay, not a natural 2 though. Oh no,
Yeah.
total of 2. So that means we're going to roll for a wandering monster, which 1 does not happen. So roll again. 2 again.
-1.
Okay. All right. So it's going to draw your blood first. 17 plus 8 is 25.
Yeah, he's not gonna make that one. He's like, ah! Yeah.
Blood starts squirting out, and you see. Well, you can describe how your character drops.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it like tore a big chunk out of his side. Yeah, his torso is gone.
Yeah, and it's like drinking the blood. But go ahead, Takashi.
Well, I'm going to try to stab the head again. Oh. -2 is a 15.
Oh, that it. Hold on. Oh, 20.
Oh.
Yeah, it avoids. You actually slice into the now dead Ken. Yeah. All right, Suzu, this is you. You got
I'm
this.
stabbing at him again. There we go. 17.
There it is. Doesn't defend. Give me some damage.
Come on, Suzu.
Oh,
Well, we need it.
that isn't hopeful. Oh, there we go. That is 17.
Okay. It's surprisingly still alive. I mean, I guess it's surprising that a head's alive anyways, but yeah. You can see it's letting loose now as the blood just drips down. And it's kind of looking at whose blood it wants to eat next. And crystal initiative. Straight roll, no negatives this time. 4.
1.
Okay, it's going to fly at, I'll just roll randomly. Come on, guys. Oh, it's flying at Suzu, but it misses by a mile. So it kind of flies at you and it doesn't get a bite into you. It's kind of just like, it can't go through. It's biting into your armor, we'll say. But Takashi.
Yeah, as it flies by me to get to Suzu, I will take a swing.
Yep.
But that is a 9, so no.
No. Suzu, this thing's on you.
I'll stab upwards. Oh my gosh. No. That's a 9.
Oh boy. Come on, guys. Crystal initiative. 2.
4.
All right. You can go first, Takashi.
Yep. Oh, that's better. 16.
I rolled a 15.
Okay.
Suzu.
Nat 20. That's 22.
Nice. It does not defend.
Excellent.
All right.
Come on, damage. Yes. 28.
That's enough. Describe how you smash this head.
Yes, he basically two-hands it and grabs his tanto and shoves up into it and then just starts repeatedly stabbing through the eye socket.
Nice.
And then
False.
throws himself on the floor.
Basically, what
We'll
we
just
have
power
is
slam it into the ground.
basically what we have is Suzu's picture right there, holding on to the half severed head.
There we go.
Yeah, the head's destroyed. Laying on the ground in pools of blood are Kenjiro, Joe, and further out into the courtyard, Kiryoko. But the demon has been vanquished, and the head can be brought to the Emperor, and hopefully the raids will stop because now there's no Oni King. So I guess we'll do our how does this end thing since there's only 2 of you. What happens with Takashi?
Takashi, knowing his end is near, given that he's going to die in 5 days. But he got the demon head. Well, Suzu got it, but it was a team effort. So he's like, that was a good last battle. And he's going to go back to one of the, and he feels really bad about the monks. So he's going to go back to one of the shrines, and he's going to spend his last 5 days in contemplation and prayer and let Suzu take the head back and get the glory. But he knows within himself that he had a really good last battle. And then he will die at the shrine.
Excellent. So you're at the shrine, 5 days later, knowing that your end is near. And you can feel like the life coming from you, and you look up and you see the 3 old men, and they say, "We were put on the path to help you, but one must, I guess, learn that in order to be helped, you must accept the help." And then they help possibly bring you into the afterlife. Go ahead and roll your soul roll.
Okay, because I'm rolling so well.
They drag you to hell.
I rolled a 15 exactly.
Nice. So they take you, by the hand, and your body drops, but your soul is brought to the afterlife, and you're reincarnated as a butterfly.
Oh, nice.
Okay, Suzu.
I will collect the armor and swords from everybody, as well as their horses, pack them all up, burn the bodies, take the head with me. And after presenting the head to the Emperor, I will go to each one of the families and explain and tell tales of their great deaths before going home myself.
Excellent. All right, let's do a little wrap up with the souls here. Let's see what happens to Ken's soul. Give me a soul roll.
Come on, soul. And as usual, I failed 9.
Tell us what happens to Ken's soul.
Yeah, Kenjiro, after the battle, his soul lingers, hovers around his body. And, out of the woods come these 3 men, and they say, there's a price that you must pay for such wanton destruction of life. Come with us. And all of a sudden, he's pulled into the underground, and he finds himself in hell.
Right. Okay. How about Joe?
Joe is sitting under a very large pine tree with the birds singing and the sun shining down as we see the 3 travelers, the 3 monks traveling, and they come along and they stop at him and they go, "You've done well by what you did to try and stop your friend. Come and dwell with us, your namesake. You will be part of the old spirits of the pine tree," as he rolled a 16 on his soul check.
Excellent. And what of the mighty Kyrioko?
Kyrioko soul also lingers after the battle. She watches Suzu proudly take her possessions, her swords, her horse, to ride off. The 3 old men come knowing uh, that uh, that she should be worthy to come into the afterlife, but instead she turns and says, "Demon!" And a demon appears before her, and she says, "I will give you my soul, but in exchange, I ask that you kill the one who calls himself Suzu, the honorless samurai." And with that, she gives her soul over to the demon.
Nice.
Wow.
Excellent. And there you go.